Kind of fast, kind of not. Either way, always running or talking about it. Welcome to the Kind of Fast podcast, powered by Upward Running. Let's get into it.
Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the Kind of Fast podcast. I'm your host, Claire Boyce, and I'm joined today by Travis Vaughn. Travis, introduce yourself.
Hey there, I'm happy to be here. I'm Travis Vaughn. I live here in South Carolina. I'm 44. I'm still chasing big goals in running. I got a family of 3, and I'm excited to get this podcast going with you.
Okay, wait. You did not include Kevin in your family.
That's right. So do have 2 dogs, Kevin.
There we go.
New puppy, who's kind of the bane of my existence right now, tearing up all kinds of things, and an old dog named Annie, so that kind of rounds out the household.
There we go. I couldn't forget about the dogs, okay?
Yes, Kevin, the golden doodle, who is just into everything right now.
Yeah, as he should be, All right, now you may be wondering how exactly we got here. So we are part of the Upward Running team, where we help people cross finish lines that they might not have crossed otherwise. And we do that through faith, fitness, and our Run Club app.
Yep. Whether you're chasing a marathon PR or lacing up for your first mile, we're here to talk about all things running, training, and faith with a little bit of fun and real talk along the way. Certainly, I can't help but to give my opinions on things, and sometimes it's raw and funny, and I hope you find it funny anyway. So that's going to be kind of the feel of this podcast moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. And before we get too far in, why don't we answer the question that everyone's probably wondering? So what is Upward Running?
Yep, Upward Running is here to help you achieve your goals and to grow in multiple areas. So whether you're training for, whether you're coming off the couch the first time and you want to do your first 5K, you want to walk to that, or you want to start running, we can help you. Or you are wanting to get faster as a runner in any of the race distances out there, we can help you with that. Or if you're chasing big marathon PRs like we talked about, that's what I'm doing currently, still trying to chase a big marathon PR, we can help you with that. But it's not just that. We're going to teach you how to get into the sport properly and safely with a lot of running knowledge along the way. And those things are going to be brought to you with kind of where you are today. So if you're a beginner and you need to learn about stretching and shoes, we got you all the information you might need on that. But if you are a seasoned runner like we are, and you need to learn a little bit more about things to do on race day morning, we got some content that will help you with those types of things as well. Or if you want to learn about lactic threshold, like what does that mean, and why should I have that in my training, and why is that a part of the training plans? Certainly we have that as part of it. There's 2 more factors, I think, of what we bring with Upward Running as well. The other is a faith element. So we have multiple tracks of a weekly devotion that we do that you can learn about and grow spiritually in your faith. And you choose which one's kind of the best one for you. And then the best thing, the thing that I think is what keeps people a part of Upward Running, is a community aspect of the Run Club app that we have out there. We can interact and meet with people and encourage them, and find tips and tricks from other people, and show up all at a race or something like that one day, and you already know some of the people in there. It's kind of a team atmosphere of it. But that is, in my opinion, is what Upward Running is all about. We've been doing it as Upward Running for a couple of years now, but it birthed out of another ministry called Run for God, and Mitchell Hollis and Dean Thompson are on staff with us now and kind of taking it forward. So that's what I would describe Upward Running as. What did I miss on that?
Yeah, so I was going to let everybody know that we are not the faces of Upward Running. So we have Dean Thompson, who is our national run coach. He has decades of experience and is arguably the fastest
59-year-old
like ever
in the country.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he has won some national titles, masters titles out there. He's run 240 or so in a marathon. He jumped in one last year. I think he ran 3:01 when he didn't decide until that weekend to do it. Very fast. Was coached at the high school college level, and now very lucky to have him on staff with Upward Running.
Yes, very lucky. And part of being a member is you get to tap into Coach Dean truly one-on-one. And Thursday Night Lives, it's Coach Dean and then everybody watching. So you have the opportunity to ask questions. Now, we also have Mitchell Hollis, who is the National Running Director of Upward Running. And Mitchell has a lot of coaching experience as well and really brings his knowledge there. He likes to write devotions as well as Dean does. So,
yep, they've been putting on races over their time there. And Mitchell's got a great story of how he was called to start Run for God originally, and now a part of our team, and so all those resources along with the Run Club app we were talking about earlier is what Upward Running is all about.
Yeah, yep, and we're nationwide, so we're not just in Spartanburg or just in Dalton, Georgia, where Mitchell and Dean are located. So that's a really cool aspect of Upward Running as well.
Absolutely. So if you're new here, you might be wondering why a couple non-elite, kind of fast runners would be starting a podcast. Why are we doing that?
For community, for encouragement, for fun. I mean, what I love about running is that I love to talk about running. It's basically my personality at this point. It just is. So we want you to feel encouraged and have fun, because we're not he's the fastest. I'm not the fastest runner, but I love running, genuinely have a love for the sport and love reaching people who are running and walking. And I just think it's fun to be on your level. I'm not an elite runner.
Yeah, I'd say we are both appropriately named here, kind of fast. Like, get an age group award if it's a small enough race, here or there. Still chasing goals and trying to get better and better, but when you talk to a runner about running, hold on, because they're going to talk a lot about it. We love to talk about it too, and so we hope to bring that to you and hope you find encouragement, a little bit of knowledge of what's going on, or some training principles or things like that throughout this. But more than anything, brings a smile to your face and have a good time listening to it.
Yep, I agree. So before we dive into the meat and potatoes per se, let's take a quick lap and talk about some current running headlines, like Mark Zuckerberg. And if you don't know who that is, he created Facebook and now owns the Meta world. He is a runner apparently, and he's a fast runner. He ran a sub 20 minute 5K, which is crazy. So the tech boys, they are getting fast.
1934 officially as the 5K time there for him, and so that's impressive. I mean, you can't fake 1934.
No.
That's a great time there, and impressed with that. Need to get him on the Upward Running app. That'd be great, wouldn't it? So I'm sure he's got a good training plan out there, but impressive run by Mark.
Very impressive. What's your 5K PR?
My adult 5K PR, well, like I said, another lifetime ago in high school and college ran some quicker times, but no one thinks about that anymore. So ran 18:36 in a 5K last summer. And I think I can go lower than that, but that's the current PR.
Okay, so
the time doesn't lie.
You're faster than Mark Zuckerberg.
As expected, right?
I'm not. That's where the kind of fast comes in. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So maybe that could be my new 5K goal, is to beat Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, there we go.
But apparently a lot of other celebrities are picking up running too. So I think the next race I do, I'm going to find a celebrity and try to beat said celebrity.
Sure. And there's all these lists out there that have marathon PRs for celebrities.
Yeah.
And so maybe next time you do a marathon, you can do that as well.
All right, Travis, marathon. We'll see.
Here's another headline that we saw that we thought was interesting. Nick Symmonds, great American 800-meter specialist. Don't believe he is racing currently, but for a decade or more, he was always on the scene, running fast time, making world championship teams. As an example, he finished second in the world championships in the 800 in 2013. He's out there trying new things.
Okay.
And he just summited Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world, showing that runners can do other hard things other than just running fast. So, what do you think about that?
That is not on my bucket list, very honestly. I don't even know where I would begin to start training for that at all. Good for him.
Yeah, Mount Everest is a lot of people die on that.
Yeah, and they have to leave them there.
Sometimes that's the case.
I know. Maybe we shouldn't say that on the podcast.
It is a major achievement to do that. It costs a lot of money to be able to try to do that. But good on Nick Simmons trying new things post like professional running career and summiting Mount Everest.
Yeah, good for him. I'm impressed. Maybe when my running career is over, I will attempt to look into it. Just to look into it. But while most of us are not attempting to climb Mount Everest anytime soon, we can work on building endurance in a way that's a little bit more down to earth.
I know where we're going with this. We're going to talk Zone 2 training here in a minute. But I need to throw you a curveball.
Okay.
It's the first podcast officially of Kind of Fast. And I talked a little bit about who I was on the front. But you are the host of this new podcast. We need to learn a little bit about Claire. The listener needs to learn a little bit about Claire and who you are and what you're about and that type of thing. So,
oh boy,
outside of running, who is Claire Boyce?
Yeah, so I am 31 years old. Well, actually, I'm almost 32. I forget how old I am. But when this airs, I will be 32 years old. I have a husband, 2 children, and a dog named Gandalf. He is the bane of everyone's existence in my household as well.
You got one of those too.
I do. He is a monster, but he's cute, so it makes up for it. And yeah, we love to go to brunch on Saturday mornings as a family. So that's kind of my post-long run treat is brunch with the family, and that's me.
What's your go-to at the brunch place, or do you have one?
It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I love just a biscuit with butter, bacon, and eggs, and sometimes home potatoes, like the little chopped up potatoes if I'm feeling froggy enough.
That sounds like a well-balanced meal. I can get on board with that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so why a running podcast? Why are we starting this? Why are you hosting a running podcast?
Yeah, I want to show people the real side of running. It doesn't have to be intimidating. It doesn't have to be, oh, I can't run a sub 25K, so I'm not a runner. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And I want to really show people that you don't have to be the best of the best to be a runner. So that's one aspect. Another aspect of it, as we talked about earlier, I love running. I'm passionate about running. I love to share that everyone can do hard things. It doesn't just get up, go for a run, go for a jog. So I love to share my passion with others. Another thing is that the community aspect of running. I have not met a community as encouraging and welcoming as the running community. I mean, on a trail, the Swamp Rabbit Trail in Greenville, one of the largest trails in the area, and runners just say, oh, good job, you got it. That just happened to me Monday night, and I was like, oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's good. What do you hope people take from a podcast like this?
Encouragement, community, the boldness to go out and try something new, even if you're a walker or not quite a runner yet. I mean, just go try it.
All right, so tell me about your biggest achievement in a race.
Ooh, biggest achievement in a race would have to be the Pi Day 5K. So naturally that had to happen in March on Pi Day. And I had a goal of coming top 3 females in a race. I've never done it before because honestly, I am not a fast runner. I have come in dead last place in a collegiate race before. So my goal was to be 3rd female overall. Now there was probably only 200 runners in that race, but I did it. I got 3rd female overall.
That's amazing. Tell me about the race you finished last in.
I'd rather not.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. So we were in a conference finals race, which makes it even worse to come dead last in. So we were running, I went to a really small D2 school that's not even open anymore, Limestone College, go Saints. And we were competing in the conference championship race. So I was running against fast people. I mean, we're talking about 15, 16-minute 5Ks, and I'm pretty sure I ran a 27-minute 5K, which for some, that might be fast. For a collegiate race, no, not fast at all. I was humiliated, absolutely humiliated, but I finished.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what makes you relatable is you are running the fastest times you ever have at your age now, not as where you were collegiately. You've continued to improve in this sport, and you've embraced it more in recent years, it sounds like. And you have achieved some cool things, like finishing as the top 3 female overall in a recent race. But you can relate with the back of the Packers too, because you've done that too. So
party pace.
I think that I think all that is relatable there. Couple more questions here. Worst race day experience? Do you remember one that was bad?
Oh, yes. I didn't eat before. I had 0 things to eat before. And usually I have something small like a granola bar or oatmeal. I love oatmeal. That's one of my go-tos before a race. I forgot to eat. How do I do that? And what makes this even worse is that I did not forget to drink coffee. So
you got the caffeine.
Yeah, and no food on my stomach. And it was just, I couldn't finish that race fast enough.
I understand. Yes. Yep. What about like a dream race? Is there something you haven't done that you would like to?
Would I be cliche to say run Boston?
No, I think that's a worthy goal.
It is a dream race, but let me be a little bit more relatable because I probably won't qualify for Boston until I'm 60. You know, it's a goal.
There's the
When I'm
Boston
60.
matrix. So if you get older and the time slow down, and so if you can just keep working towards it, eventually you'll get it. I think that you're on a far greater trajectory than that, but maybe I believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
One way to find out.
Yeah.
But to be a little bit more relatable, I would love to run the Walt Disney World Marathon solely because I really want to ride a roller coaster in the middle of a race. And it just so happens that I have to run through Hollywood Studios, and my 2 favorite rides are there, and it's achievable.
Are you a Disney girl?
I am a Disney girl. Yes.
I did not know this about you.
Yeah. Long story short.
How about a running hot take? You got one of those?
The aviator glasses, which I think might be the wrong name for them. The ones that make you look like a bug.
Not
you know
aviators.
what I'm talking about?
Aviators is like Top Gun.
I feel the need for speed.
Okay, those are
Tom
cute.
Cruise.
Those are cute. But I'm talking about the ones that take up your whole face.
Yes.
And it looks like you have ski goggles on.
Yep.
Those are not cute.
Sure.
They're not cute. So that's my hot take. Maybe I should try it before I talk bad about it. But nope, not for me.
Dakota, her maiden name was Lindworm. It starts with P.
Okay.
I'll say it wrong if I try to do it off the top of my dome, but she wears those glasses, and she was an Olympic runner, Olympic marathoner for us this year. But she wears the big glasses.
Nope. It can't be me.
Yep, I'm
Can't be me.
Well, I like that hot take. All right, before we get back to our regularly scheduled program
Okay.
here, I got some this or that's or questions like that.
And I haven't seen these, so I'm a little nervous.
All right, so which would you prefer, 5K, 10K, half marathon, or marathon?
Oh, man. Now, 2 months ago, I would say 10K hands down is my favorite race. But now I think I'm leaning towards the half marathon.
I like that. All right, do you prefer training far or training fast?
I like far.
Okay.
But can I go far fast?
Yeah, sure. Group run or solo run?
Group run.
Training runs in the mornings or the evenings?
Oh, that's hard. It's got to be whenever my family is not needing me. So either really early in the morning or right after dinner is my sweet spot. That's a hard one.
I would answer that question the same way. Yep. Shorts or tights?
Shorts.
What about short tights?
I was going to say that. But didn't want to be that girl again.
Is that what it'd be?
Yep.
Is that what it
Yep.
would be? All right. Watches, Garmin, Apple, Coros, or something else?
Garmin. But I haven't tried Coros.
Yep.
Only Apple and Garmin. But Garmin all the way.
Which shoe? Brooks, Nike, New Balance, Hoka, something else?
Barefoot. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding. Well, I've been a Brooks girl for probably the last 10 years, but I just got a pair of New Balance, I think it's 1080s, and I love them. I love them. They're like clouds on my feet. So I'm leaning New Balance now.
I love the New Balance 1080. I love the Brooks Ghost as well, so I pick and choose on some of those. But that's a great shoe for sure. All right, last one.
Okay.
You help with our marketing at Upward Running, and so what's your favorite social media platform?
Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram. Because you get all the videos that you can find on TikTok are eventually going to make it to Instagram. So it's the best of both worlds.
I agree.
All right. Well, now that I've been in the hot seat, Travis, let's talk about our originally scheduled programming, which is Zone 2 running. What you think?
Yep. We read an article from Runner's World on Zone 2 training.
Yeah.
And let's kind of get into some of the things we learned there. What did you take away?
Yeah, so we're going to go a little bit over the science behind it, why it matters, and how it can actually help you become a better and faster runner in the long run. So if you've ever heard a coach say, slow down to speed up, this is what they mean. They're talking about Zone 2 training. And according to the article we just read, Zone 2 running might be the single most important type of run that most runners probably aren't doing enough of.
Yeah, agreed. Zone 2 is basically your easy pace. It's the zone where your body is working just hard enough to build endurance, but not so hard that it can't recover. You're not gasping. You're not grinding. The article says it's a comfortable, controlled, conversational effort where you can speak in full sentences there. I've even heard someone say that you should be able to sing while you run in Zone 2. That's a good way from a breath standpoint to know if you're in Zone 2 or not.
All right, karaoke while you're running. You know what? Taylor Swift actually trained for her Eras tour on the treadmill by singing and running at the same time so she could build her aerobic base. So just...
I've heard that. I've also, Pink, I think, did
Really?
a similar situation as well.
All right. I might have to try it because I do love to run. While well, obviously I love to run. I do love to sing, and I could just marry the two. Might try it. But if you're a data person, Zone 2 actually falls in the 60 to 70% range of your max heart rate. Now, everybody has a different max heart rate. So my Zone 2 caps out at 152. What does your Zone 2 kind of cap out
That's
at?
good question. I'm going to guess it's a little lower than that. I'm
Probably.
Guess it's 135 to 40.
Okay, so you just want to make sure that you fall in the 60 to 70% range of your max heart rate. So at that level, your body can clear the lactate as fast as your body produces it, which means you're training in a sustainable state. So no redlining, no max heart rate, just steady progress.
And lactate is a term that is hard to define for the lay person like me and you. Dean would probably have a great explanation, simple explanation. So I'm not even going to try to. I listened to an Andrew Huberman podcast, 3.5 hours of basically talking about lactate and endurance training and that type of thing. So there's lots of stuff out there that you can go out there and look at it if you're more interested in the super science part of what that means about lactate out there. But what really stood out to me was this quote: Zone 2 training increases the number and size of your mitochondria in your cells. This is where your body creates energy. More mitochondria means more fuel. So when you do push harder, your body's actually ready to handle it. So just think about a car and its gas tank. The larger the gas tank or the larger the engine that you have there, the more output you can have. And so this Zone 2 training actually is helping to increase the ability to put out more energy moving forward. As soon as you start getting into Zone 3, 4, 5 on that scale, your body is not, there's benefits to that, but you're not building that extra mitochondria and the size of that. And so one thing a coach told me in the past was you're in your zone 2, you're building the size of your engine in the car. And so if you think, a 4-cylinder car can only go so fast because it's just pegged out with its RPMs. It can only go so fast because it's just not that big of an engine. But if you get a V6, V8, V12, et cetera, race cars beyond that, they can handle even more speed because they have more capacity. And you can only build that capacity of your engine when you're in this zone 2 or even zone 1, which people don't really talk too much about, type of time frame. That's the only time you're going to build that capacity.
And that probably, staying in zone 2 probably helps you be able to recover quickly or faster as well, I would presume.
Yes, absolutely. Zone 2 is a great recovery kind of place for your body to be in. So here's a story on zone 2 I think would be helpful for people to hear. In May of 2023, I had knee surgery. I had torn the root of my meniscus in my knee. It was just a degenerative thing. It was nothing that I fell or did anything. It just, something that happened to me, right? And so had surgery. I was in a locked knee brace for 6 weeks, and then had to kind of build up from that. So I started back running in some intermittent running in August of that year, and moved into a place to where I was running continuously 20 minutes and 30 minutes and 40 minutes, et cetera, as we moved on. And my coach told me, said, just want you doing easy runs. Only easy runs, no workouts. We got to build your base back up after an extended time off. I didn't do a single workout between the time I started back in August and a first half marathon that I did, which was the last weekend in February of 24. And I set my half marathon PR in that race.
Wow.
Not a single workout that I did, not one bit of speed work or anything, all zone 2 training, and ran a time that I was very proud of that day as far as a half marathon goes. And so all that based on that nice and easy running. So you might think, like, how can I run fast in a race if I never run fast on a training run? And our training plans certainly have hard days and easy days as you get into it. But if you only did easy days, you would find success if you were consistent enough with that.
That's amazing. So for comparison purposes, how many speed workouts do you typically do when you're not solely in zone 2? Like, what does your typical week look like?
Yeah, one quality workout day that is dedicated to some speed work. And then on another day, I try to do strides at the end of a run. So, 4 to 6 100-meter pickups there. That gets a little infusion of speed on a different day, but doesn't tax the body there. But if you think about that, so August to end of February as that example, there would have been one per week, each one of those weeks that would have happened if I was in a normal cadence of workouts, but didn't do any at that time.
Wow, I'm impressed. Maybe I should try that.
Anyone can find benefit from consistently running good easy paces, week over week over week, for sure.
So I like to consider my zone 2 pace more of a party pace. So I back of the pack party pace type of a runner. So basically I could just party pace it up all day long and be in zone 2 and reap the benefits.
Yeah, you call it party pace. I would call it it's a run with a purpose.
Okay.
All right, so you are running easy so that you can build your aerobic engine so that you can run fast on race day at a later date. And so what you have to be able to do, if you're first coming into running here, you have to be able to flip the switch and find the line and figure out how to run hard in a race, for sure. But if you know how to do that and the rest of your runs were easy, that's certainly a strategy that you could employ and would probably be pretty good at it if you did that.
Well, let's go back to the article. And the article says if you're wondering how much should I be in zone 2 on my typical week, non-injured, of running, and the article points that you should be in zone 2 between 80 to 90% of all of your runs should be in zone 2, which is a lot. So basically, that's the bulk of your training is spent in zone 2. And so how do you know you're in zone 2?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about, you are in a nice, easy pace that you're not gasping, you're not grunting, you can talk, you might even can sing, all of those types of things. It's a nice, relaxed pace. Now, we're here in South Carolina, it's hot. I can push you out of zone 2 pretty quickly. So slow down even more is what I would say on that.
So the article also talks about the RPE scale, which is the rate of perceived exertion. So zone 2 should feel like a 4 out of 10 on your scale of moving. And so to your point, in the summer months, I mean, you might have to really slow it down. So your summer zone 2 might be a little bit different than your winter zone 2 just because of your circumstances as well. But
Yep. To see results, the article says higher volume in zone 2 stimulus, you need to do that. It's not flashy, but the adaptations are real. You get great endurance. You build that aerobic engine like we talked about. You get better recovery, smarter energy use, less injury prone. And here's the thing I'd say is I've learned this as I've got older and I'm running. Man, I wish I knew this as a high school and college runner. I think I'd have been a far better runner at that time. We ran too hard, too often, all the time when it came to that. And so this is where new training theories and new information, studies, things like that has been beneficial. And coaches are certainly employ this. Upward Running certainly employs this now. And I think this is where everybody should be.
So let's say it again for the people in the back. Zone 2 is not a step back at all by any stretch of imagination. It's the base that everything else is built on. So those miles matter probably more than going out and exerting yourself at full speed. Those miles matter even if they're slow.
Yep, everything doesn't have to be hard. If you feel like you are maxing out each day, you're doing it wrong. I mean, plain and simple. Like you should have a lot of days that are easy, and you should have your hard days too. And so zone 2, as the article says, 80 to 90% of your week. That's not 100%. Like
right.
You should have days dedicated to running harder as well. And so that's what we're trying to talk about here.
Yep. So to really wrap this up, slow and steady might not be flashy, but in running and in faith, it's often what builds the deepest strength. And I would say that sometimes for me, running zone 2 is harder mentally than the speed workout. So just some food for thought there. But while we've talked about zone 2 training and why slowing down can actually make you faster, we wanted to bring in one of our experts, Coach Dean, and hear what he has to say about zone 2 training. So, because when it comes to easy runs, Dean says they're not just helpful, they are essential.
Yep, he says it like this. If you could only do one type of run, it would be the easy run. That's how important it is. You do more for your fitness level in an easy run than you do on any other type of run.
Yep, and let's be honest, the phrase easy run sounds great until you actually try to run easy. So like Coach Dean says, for some people, running never feels easy. For others, they're chasing that magic pace that'll make everything feel effortless. But the truth is, running easy is a relative term, and most of us are running our easy days way too hard, just as we talked about before.
Certainly something that I've had to learn over the years, and I'm still getting better at it. It's a challenge all the time to make sure that each run that I run within a training plan has a purpose, and that I'm trying to execute what the purpose of that run is. So, Dean says if you're a 30-minute 5K runner and you're running 10-minute pace on your easy runs, that's not easy enough. You should be running slower than that. So as I mentioned, sub 19-minute 5K runner in my current state right now. I run a lot of my runs 9:30 to 10-minute pace as an example of my easy run. So if you're a 30-minute 5K and you're running the same pace as me, you're not running slow enough. That's what I would try to say.
Yeah, and Coach Dean 100% would agree with you. And he's not just throwing out these random numbers at all. He gives us a framework. So according to Dean, your easy pace should be at least or about 2 to 3 minutes per mile slower than your mile time trial or your 5K average pace, or 1.5 to 2 minutes. Oh yeah, I just said that. I'm sorry. 1.5 to 2.5 minutes slower than your 5K pace. So let's bring it back to the 30-minute 5K. If they are training at a 10-minute pace on their easy runs, they realistically need to be at 11:30 or 12:30 pace on their easy runs.
Yeah, exactly. And so the mile time trial, you talk about that. That's a staple of the beginning of most of these training plans. We want to find out where you are in your training and train where you are after you do a mile time trial, and then that can help set some of your training paces, both for speed work days, but also on your easy days as well. And it just gives you a guardrail. It says, all right, if I ran my mile time trial in 9 minutes, that means that I need to be doing my easy runs at 11:30 plus, or even slower. Yep.
So he also talks about recovery runs, though. So what does he say about a recovery run? Because it is different than an easy run.
Yeah, they can be similar. It depends on where you are on your fitness level. They can be the same at times. But if you are really taxed from a hard run the day before, maybe that's because you went really farther than you've been going or something like that, or you just had speed workout or you had a race. A recovery run should be effort-based, and you should really feel your body. And I have had recovery runs where I'm running 11-minute, 11:30 pace because that's what the body needed that day. You want to get out there, you want to have motion, and with that motion, you get the blood pumping in your muscles, and when you get that blood pumping in your muscles, that's where you can recover, and your muscles actually feel better once you get them out and moving. And those recovery paces, what I'm trying to unlock here for you is you shouldn't be trying to hit your easy pace or your zone 2 pace on a recovery day if you feel like that's too fast. If you feel like that's too fast, keep going slower. And at times, a recovery day might even need to be a walk, and that's a win for the day, because the goal of a recovery day is to get out there and get moving and get blood pumping. Nothing beyond that is needed or necessary.
Yeah, that is fantastic feedback. So one other really good takeaway from Coach Dean is that during these easy runs, I wouldn't really say recovery runs because your goal is recovery, but during your easy runs, it's a perfect time to work on your form and your breathing. So when the pace is more manageable, that gives you time to truly focus. Are you breathing correctly? Is your form good? Are you hunched over too much? If you're hunched over too much, you're probably not running super easy. But he truly encourages you to start your runs or your easy runs and work on form and breathing.
Yeah.
And this also ties into something a little bit bigger as well. So Coach Dean wraps this up with one of my favorite connections, which is Ecclesiastes 3. And that says, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. And God was including the easy runs in this.
I think it's being intentional. It's having purpose. There's a time to run fast. There's a time to run slow. And if you have a coach or a training plan or a group like we have, you can kind of understand what that rhythm is in your training. And you can understand all those things, just like we can understand the seasons that you walk with God. You don't have to be pushing all the time to be growing. Sometimes the quiet, steady miles are where the deepest transformation can happen, as I gave the example of my half marathon PR. Similarly, in your walk with your faith, sometimes it's just the consistency of that, and it's diving deeper into the Word or a devotion series or something like that you can have transformation because you're just showing up every day and you're doing it, and you're letting God speak into your world at that point.
Good word, Travis. Okay, guys, before we wrap up our episode 1 of Kind of Fast, let's talk about what we've got going on this week training-wise. What are you working towards this week?
Yeah, I'm doing kind of a down week. I've had 2 tougher weeks as I get into a marathon cycle now. So it's a down week, trying to recover from the work that I've been doing the last 2 weeks. I did a track workout called Straights and Curves this morning. So it was 3 miles of running the straightaways on the track nice and hard, and the curves nice and easy to give you that kind of faster tempo there. So that is a workout that'll sneak up on you, and you feel like you're doing fine for a little while, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, this is some real work here. I hope that I didn't get cancer this morning. They were spraying the field inside of the track this morning with who knows what pesticide out there, and I breathed it in. I feel like I still taste it now in my mouth. But yeah, easy week for me early on in a marathon cycle as I'm trying to work towards a Boston Marathon qualifying attempt later this fall. And so that's what's going on for me. How about you?
Nice. So I really hope that you're going to be okay from whatever you breathed in, because wasn't the guy in the tractor wearing, or wasn't he enclosed?
Yeah,
Man.
like totally. He was in a tractor, totally enclosed, sipping his coffee, spraying who knows what on the field as I gasp for air around this track, running straights and curves.
Well, I am not going to be doing that this week in my training. Right now, I'm really focusing on my base building. So for the past 6 weeks, I've been trying to hit 30-ish miles. Right now, I'm at 35 miles for the week. So I'm trying to stay consistent with 35 miles. I'm on week 7 of in the 30 range, and now I'm at 35, and I'm going to stay there for a bit because that's the most running in a week that I've done consistently ever.
That's very wise. Yeah, you want to kind of level up like you're doing, and then hold and make sure everything's good there, and just be consistent.
Yeah.
Run a bunch of zone 2 training. What do you think?
That is what I've been doing. You know, party pace is my favorite pace. So, well, we are almost out of time. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to episode 1 of Kind of Fast. But before we sign off for good, I just want to let everybody know that this journey is more than miles. God is in every step. The good runs, the bad runs, the tough days, the easy days, the quiet moments, all of this matters to Him. Whether you're chasing a big goal like Travis to Boston qualify, or simply just showing up to run or walk, you're not running alone. He's with you, He is for you, and He's using this season to grow something deeper inside of you.
Yep, at Upward Running, this is where faith and fitness meet, and we'd love to run with you. You can join us at upwardrunning.com/kindoffast. Until next time, keep showing up, run with purpose, run your pace, the one that God has marked just for you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's a wrap.